Yes, very good morning, dear students. Welcome back to online physics class, grade 9. Yes, dear students, so far we are discussing many concepts in this gravitation chapter. So, almost we are going to complete this chapter within 2 days. And already yesterday itself, we discussed in screenshot part, in screenshot way, like about this buoyancy and present fluids. As per your request, we can discuss lectures on video online only. So further today again I'm going to discuss about whatever we discussed in last day. Again same thing I want to go to discuss today. This pressure in fluids and buoyancy with the help of different activities. Yes, dear students. Today again I'm telling. Today I will complete a pressure in fluids and buoyancy and types of buoyancy. And after completing this, only two concepts are left. That I will complete tomorrow. That concepts are Archimedes principle and relative density and relative density, right? Yes, dear students, the first one is a pressure in fluids. Already we discussed pressure in fluids. So before that, first I want to tell to you about pressure. So how we can define a pressure? We can define pressure. Pressure is nothing but normal force acting per unit area of cross section or thrust by unit area of cross section. Some force is acting particular area of cross section, then pressure will be exist. Then how pressure will be exist in fluids also? So fluids is nothing but what? So anything that we can flow, we call it is a fluid, right? Is some simply we call it as liquids and gases. But how pressure is exerting in fluids, right? So that I am going to discuss in this class. So we know all liquids and gases are fluids. That only I told. So a solid exert pressure on a surface due to its weight. So for example, a solid here, for example, if you assume it is a solid, so for example, if I want to apply pressure on this side means here I am applying force particular this area of traction, then this pressure will be exist. So this is the area I am applying normal force. So due to this weight of object also for a particular side the pressure will be exist. So solid exerts pressure on a surface due to its weight. Similarly, fluids have also weight. Is it right or not? So fluid means, for example, liquid. Water have some weight, is or not? Is there or not? Yes. So if you take kerosene, it is also a liquid or a type of liquid, right? So it have some weight. So and they also exert a pressure on the base and walls of the container in which they are enclosed. And pressure exerted in any confined mass of fluid is transmitted undiminished in all directions, right? Pressure exists in all directions. For example, if you see I am taking one wall, right, or else if you take one circular path. So for example, if you want to apply pressure here for this area of cross section, the normal force acting for this area of cross section. For example, if you want to apply force on here, so this area of fraction force is this is a force, then pressure will be existed. See, for this particular area of cross section, it is area and it is a force. So for particular this area of cross section, it is area, this is a force. So for that only, for pressure there is no particular direction. For pressure there is no particular direction. So for that only, so for all forces in this all forces will cancel each other. Hence for that only we are not treated pressure is a vector quantity. Pressure is a scalar quantity. Already I told already about that. What is that? Pressure is a scalar quantity. Pressure is a scalar quantity. Pressure is a scalar quantity. Why? Because so for this pressure there is no confined direction. There is no particular direction. So pressure acting in all directions. Hence pressure. So this is a, for example, P of A, and this is a P of B. This is a P of C, and this is a P of D. So C equal magnitude but opposite for both will be cancel each other. Here also both will be cancelled. So then net force is there is no direction, right? Yes. So for that pressure I am treating a scalar quantity. So why I am asking means, so pressure is exerted in all directions. So I am telling about last class I thought about a fluid. Anything that can flow is called a fluid. Examples are liquids and gases. And molecules of fluid move randomly and collide with the walls of vessels. Thus the fluid apply pressure on all walls. And fluid exerts pressure in all direction. In fluids also, if you take for example in any well, you can take some pot of water. It will be some pot of water. If you take it is like a spherical shape, or else you can take a water droplet. Water droplet, if you want means C means it's a spherical shape. So here also the pressure will be exerted in all directions. Pressure will be exerted all direction. So of course it have direction is there and magnitude is there, but it is not a vector quantity. Why it is not a vector quantity means, so for this there is no particular direction. There is no confined direction. So for that only we are treating pressure is a scalar quantity. Pressure is a scalar quantity. This is about pressure in fluids. Dear students, now I am to go to discuss about buoyancy. Very very important, dear students. This buoyancy I will discuss along with the NCERT, your NCERT only. So dear students, from red, whatever red color is there, from here to here, you no need to write notes, right? So this is everything discussion about buoyancy. No need to write. From here to here, you no need to write notes in your notebook, right? From the activity onwards, of course you write this pressure in fluids, but about buoyancy you no need to write from here to here. See, buoyancy, it is a general examples. Have you ever had a swim in a pool and felt lighter? And one more thing, have you ever drawn a water from a well and felt that the bucket of water is heavier when it is out of the water? Yes. Why? Because it have some water is there in that bucket and out of the well. Next, have you ever wondered why a ship made of iron and steel does not sink in a seawater? Yes. But while the same amount of iron and steel in the form of a sheet would sink? Yes, sure. These questions can be answered. How it will be? So what is the reason behind this? So we can understand by taking buoyancy for our consideration, right? So again, I am reminding you, from here to here, you don't need to write answer about buoyancy. So before present fluids, you can write. So for this, about these daily examples, what is the reason behind on that? So now we want to go to discuss with the help of activity. For example, for this activity, insert activity only, take an empty plastic ball, just to imagine. So whatever it is, it's a very common, simple daily examples. If you want to novel, you can do that. Close the mouth of the bottle with an airtight stopper. So put it in bucket filled with water. So you see that bottle with floats. Of course it will be float. Why it will floats, right? Why it will floats? That we want to discuss. This is about buoyancy only. The reason is behind about the buoyancy only. So now if you push the bottle into the water and you feel some force will be acting in upward force, that only we call it is a buoyancy force. Whatever the object is immersed in the fluid, some upthrust force will be acting. That only we call buoyancy. So whatever the object, if you immerse, for example, if you see it is a liquid or a fluid, if you immerse this object in this fluid, here the upthrust force will be acting on that, right? Yes, not only here. So try to push it further down. So you will find it difficult to push deeper and deeper. Is it right? Yes, of course it will be right. Why? Because in this bottle already that air also we can tight that mouth of the cap. Then there is no weight. So here the upthrust is acting greater force compared to the weight of the object. The weight of the object is nothing but the weight of the bottle only. Inside there is no air, there is no weight, right? Why? Because inside the bottle there is no water also. So for that only here upthrust force is acting greater force instead of weight of the bottle. So due to that reason only, so it is a very difficult to handle to push deeper and deeper. This indicates that water exerts a force on the bottle in the upward direction. So that force only we call a buoyancy force. And the upward force exerted by the water goes on increasing as the bottle is pushed deeper till it is completely immersed. So now if you release the bottle and it bounces back to the surface. This is about everything buoyancy only, dear students.